night in the news department.
Hi guys.
Right now, looks like this pursuit is.
Hi
in
guys.
South LA
Today
at the
we're watching a
moment, and you
police
see
chase
number
video
of,
involving what
vehicles, and it
a
looks like the pickup
assault
truck seems to be
suspect that led police on a chase. A suspect is leading police on a chase. So many cars are parked. Wow. Look at this. That suspect is going in East 57 and Holmes Avenue. That's where the cars are parked. That suspect is believed to be speeding up. They're going to stay right on their tail. They moved to the streets. Looks like East 57 and Holmes Avenue. This is the Ford F350. I'm pretty sure the rear seems to be okay.
I mean, it's a weird little turn. Yeah, swerve, but slow speed swerve. I mean, now it's stopped. Oh, reversing now. But really nowhere to go, right? Directly into the front
wheel smoking. Wow, weird little turn. Now drifting. Nowhere to go directly. How is he gonna? Is he out of his mind? Front of that patrol. Now trying to get revenge. That's not okay. Now going out and going forward. If they're willing to use the vehicle as a weapon, is essentially that makes an even more serious situation. The other thing, it is very crowded. Now, as you can see, geographically in this part of Southeast LA, the suspect is going on the off-roading, crossing the train tracks. Wow! You think is he gonna escape the police on eastbound Slauson Avenue? No, I don't think he can.
It seemed to have bought some time for the driver there.
60 miles an hour, 70 miles an hour. Look at this. Look at this. If he hits the brakes, he's gonna have no control. He's not gonna have enough time to react because that's police officer what they do. Suspect is wanted for. They don't know if there's any other person or people inside the vehicle. We believe is one person in the pickup truck. That is a Ford F350 pickup truck. They're working on gathering now. Things had escalated just a couple of minutes from a slow speed pursuit. Just before the pursuit had started, the wind from reversing into the attempt of an LAPD vehicle and speeding through railroad tracks just about 5 seconds ago. And now this opposite side of the road, right turn dangerously, swerved into oncoming traffic. Tail spin. I think he has not gotten on the freeway yet.
But it just highlights how reckless
he's hit the median trying to swerve into traffic, turning right. Now, if they have LAX to deal with, that's the case. They're going to have to shoot it a little distance. But we're going to make sure that they're going to try to push it in just a little above from the distance. People walking around and driving around, it could turn into a dangerous situation. Now he's trying to get revenge on all other police. He's about to hit a police car. He's about to hit police cars. Officers, including the officers that you see, LAPD. Officers are trying to corner him, but was able to drive right past him.
This vehicle, and now it sort of backed off a bit.
Wow, I don't even know. Cruises directly behind that vehicle and backed up a bit. Reassessing, you kind of don't blame him being so erratic and the entire situation right there. Is he out of his mind? For just a bit. Now, goodness gracious, weaving in and out of traffic. He was speeding up to 50, 60 miles an hour just 5 minutes ago, and we haven't seen the busy traffic earlier slowing down and speeding up. So if you are just aware, the new video is coming out tonight, but they're going to take this seriously, and I don't recommend on anything that is precipitant. They're very well professional. He's slowing down, and if he inches out into the intersection, he makes a run for it. It is the officers doing a great job.
And everything else.
What is this news chopper doing?
Visual here just a bit. Give us a second, but yeah, still right there, very
safety
slow.
Of others in traffic and everything.
This is how it looked at when we were first starting.
It will
and
give
there you
us
go again. He's reversing
right
back.
Right
oh my
there
goodness! Right into the front of that LAPD cruiser. Sort of pushes it back into
are there going to be a parade
of them, and now accelerating.
Are there going to be a parade of cars?
What is he doing, and why is that and then again we're seeing him kind of making those weird swerving turns as this person crawls along. But yeah, second time now that he has reversed.
That might be a third time right here
into these patrol
and
cars.
now you have patrol cars reversing as well when they see that motion starting. So I mean, and just look at the reflection of the lights into the back of that pickup truck gives you an idea, even if you can't see how many LAPD cars are
just look at that reflection of the lights, even into the back of the pickup truck. Even you can't see how many LAPD percent
normally
directly
you get the questions
behind.
of why not use a spike strip, everything else. It's
Many
just
cases,
the
there are a lot of ramming in. Backing up into a police car, running people over, running an officer over, attempted to shoot an officer, or attempted to rob a bank or shoot a clerk. Something that is a dangerous thing. You don't want to. You sometimes you never know what could happen. You don't want to. You don't want to be a hero. You don't want to put yourself in lots of situations. Like sometimes they want to be a hero. Now the driver is capable of backing up. Now he's planning on getting revenge.
Street, right? Especially when you consider the number of LAPD vehicles in pursuit as well, the number of cars parked on the side of the road. There's one right there, like you pointed out.
Paying attention and pulling off to the side,
there's traffic here too. Like it's not as easy as just sort of surrounding a particular vehicle or throwing something in front of them. But here we go. This is sort of the third wave of kind of stopping and then buying some sort of time after a sort of reverse
ramp. That suspect is more vulnerable.
I don't know, Gio. I mean, does it even appear that this guy has a good idea of how to even, drive this? I just feel like every time we see him kind of
that suspect is more vulnerable. Running traffic lights, he has a good idea of how to even drive. It feels like every time he's speeding up. Does he have a turn blinker? No. Now, fishtailing. Now the news helicopters are going to have to scoot a distance. But they'll keep an eye on their pursuit. Like an erotic, unpredictable approach to the way he is driving.
As well. Yeah, right. And now you're in this area
looks like
where
a prison
it's really,
or
you just see the
work
lights of the patrol vehicles, and it almost looks like that might be
a bus. And now
it looks like
this area where you see
some sort that's displaying something.
Patrol vehicles, and it looks like
tell what he's doing based on these officers. Like if we start to see them backing up, we can guess that he's now reversing and doing that MO that we've seen him do a couple of times. But
I think we just saw it take off on the far right side of your screen as well, and now he's picked up speed once again.
And I'm told now
he's going to continue this pursuit. But I was going to bring up right before
it's okay to
he got into
the
this sort
suspect
of
is going to keep on driving. Now he's picked up speed again.
Has he trapped himself in?
And now he hasn't got the driver has not been on the freeways for a while. We haven't heard that he has not been on the freeways.
I was going to say that
he hasn't been on the 5 freeway or the 91 freeway. The good thing is,
considering how often
the great decision, he's going to stay on surface streets. He's on East 56 and Avalon Boulevard, Southeast LA. Now, how often you get caught in these situations, or you are boxed yourself in, or you get boxed in by those big rig trucks when the police officers call for assistance, like for assistance, for example, one at a 10-4, box that suspect in, stop that suspect before he kills somebody. Now maneuvering around the scene. They haven't moved.
Skycal, though, up above that police chase, as we see a number of those cars,
out of the question.
very close behind
boxing in, it is out of the question. He's on East Lawson, Town Avenue.
That is all we know so far.
And now they're going to do a pit maneuver.
What's led up to this, but
maybe they'll do a spike strip.
Now joining us, we've seen this guy stop in the middle of a street.
Maybe they're going to do a spike strip instead. I think.
Hit a median. We saw him plow through as he takes another dangerous left-hand turn.
Oh my God. He's gonna go on the wrong side of the road, and he's gonna end up killing himself. That median hit plowed through. He takes another dangerous left-hand turn, plowed through railroad tracks. Those tires, wonder how his equipment is holding up in terms of being able to continue this pursuit. That alone.
Into LAPD vehicles are the most shocking
the truck in
moments so
reverse
far
in order to
of what
ram
we're seeing on top
into
of
an LAPD cruiser. That's another felony assault on a cop car cruiser police officer. We are seeing on top of driving the train tracks. It's highlight the blatant disregard of. He does not seem to care of the rules of that road. and now damaging his own freaking truck. Look how many.
It's worth highlighting right now because we're just getting confirmation that we are nearing
up 3, 4 patrol. So many patrol cars now making a U-turn, going the wrong side of the road. How is he gonna drive straight?
We'll be able to maintain our view. Well, obviously, we'll still hover over top and just kind of keep it at a distance. But just in case we ever have to break out,
moving backwards in our direction, we may be able to maintain our view. But due to that LAX's airspace, we will cover over the top
over that.
In case this
showing you video from earlier now on the right side of your screen. This is when
they are going,
the pickup truck was on
getting close to that LAX's TFR airspace. They'll be able to fly over. This is from video from earlier. He rammed the patrol cars just 5 to 8 or 10 minutes ago. It was earlier on, just nearly 5 or 10 minutes ago. And just how the situation is, this is an example of how reckless this suspect, this individual is. With that accused of assaulting an officer, backing in, that's assault on an officer. Second time, third time, 3 times now. Every time you see something, it's in this case, it's another thing that they will go against. Caught using weapon, using a car will only get him into more trouble. That's not what he's concerned about. He's concerned about himself, and he's worried about himself. He's driving with no concern for life or limb. And he's at 30 miles an hour. Is this suspect crazy, or is he out of his mind, or out of control, out of hand? Now I'm mentioning he tried to get on the freeway, blown through stoplights, intersections, driving on the wrong side of the road. This is a guy that they won't want to figure out what is going on. They don't want to cause any harm, because all they can do is follow. Maybe pretty soon he'll get on the freeway. I don't know. Now, before they start asking retired police officers questions, it's a shame that this is after one of these pursuits. We've done so many pursuits before. I've done that earlier today in GTA while I was pretending to be an airborne traffic helicopter reporter. How often do they see a suspect treat their car like a battering ram? Or this is like a ding. The suspect's throwing the car into reverse and running directly into an LAPD cruiser.
No doubt, especially with that pickup truck. But numerous counts of ADW on a police officer utilizing a motor vehicle. This is a multi-felony type suspect, so they will stay with them. We don't know what type of suspect he is as far as weapons involved, anything like that.
No, he's attacked. That's an attack on a police officer. That's a Ford. They're all quality Fords in the Y2K of 2000s. Ford cars and trucks, or they use this to listen to country songs, FM radio. He has no intention of stopping. No intention.
And is going through law enforcement officers' minds as they see a driver like this.
I'm gonna let you listen. We're gonna listen now.
To walk the fine line of protecting the public while also still, maintaining their follow on this guy.
It just comes right back to all the factors that have to be considered in any type of pursuit. Public safety is number one, officer safety, nature of the offense, any number of suspects, the speed involved. I mean, here we do get some speeds that are creeping up there at 50 plus miles per hour. So, yeah, that's why they're going to go ahead and they'll stay with this guy here. Is because of the if he does this to a black and white with law enforcement officers inside of it, you can imagine he doesn't care who's in front of him or what he has to do to maintain his freedom. So that's where the public safety comes into effect.
Well, one of the other things we've noticed, Dave, is that at least through the course of when we've been keeping our eye on this pursuit, and here as we come up on traffic, it's just sort of the dangerous thing. And I know you're on a delay, so you'll see it in a second. But the fact that this suspect has been on surface streets the entire time, does that play into, is that helpful for officers right now? Because you've mentioned many times before when we've called you that no attempt to get on a freeway would indicate that they're at least familiar with the area and they're looking for a way out, but we know that more often than not doesn't end up actually happening.
Yeah, exactly. They're familiar, and like you said, obviously he's familiar with the area. He hasn't hit a dead end, which is extremely capable of doing here, because if it's an industrial type area, very familiar with it. So you're going through neighborhoods, industrial area. So he's obviously sticking around the area that he's familiar with. And what he's planning, we have no idea, especially with the speed, which I'm glad he's not has it floored like we've seen before, 60, 70, 80 miles per hour through neighborhood streets. But he does pick it up every now and then. So the desperation is there.
Definitely, as we watch him kind of creep into the 50s there on another surface street where, people are walking their dogs. They could be trying to cross the street. Those intersections, red lights, all of the things that could potentially put people in danger. I'm curious, how does this truck play into as we see him get to a very busy intersection? It'll be interesting to see. Just going to go right on through it, stopping that car there. But this truck cannot be easy to maneuver. Obviously, we're not seeing one of these very small cars or fast cars that maybe we typically see in a pursuit that gives police a challenge. But how difficult is it to maneuver a truck through streets like this? And is that kind of working to their advantage?
Yeah, it could be, because this is a little bit heavier.
And as you can see, the suspect had stopped. There was cross traffic earlier on. He was going straight. He was gonna turn right onto a freeway. Now they have moved away from the LAX airspace to news helicopters, going at about 30 to 40 miles an hour. And he's maneuvering through surface streets. They have noticed during the duration of the pursuit that they did. But is he going to get on the freeway? I don't think he could.
The wheel well's getting pretty close to the tire, so if anything, hopefully it would just start hitting that tire. Now
turning right. Now there's a cyclist here. Are you serious? This is again, they're losing signal due to the technical difficulties. As far as the pit maneuver is concerned, and their pit maneuver that may not be happening because of that situation.
He's doing way more than the
they're
average.
Afraid that he's gonna ram into somebody.
Police officer, so obviously that elevates
the way because he's doing way more than the average. And initially, it's assault
in a way that would put the public in danger
on the police officer. That adds to the situation. That would
just very erratic driving.
Be someone that they would not want to provoke in putting the public in danger. Because their main concern is, what is the suspect doing? What is he doing? Going past the parked cars.
Just staying right on top of the black and white right on them, the lights inside.
Holmes Avenue
the nights
and
the
eastbound
helicopter on top
57th
of it.
Street.
It's a good warning
Seriously,
sign. It's just like any
this is
time
what
we're
they're
on
doing.
the
They're going
street,
to stay right on him.
Ourselves included. We hear a siren, and we hear the
cars being
blades from the helicopter.
They should have parked it on the surface
what's
streets,
going on.
not in the road.
And I am on your time, actually.
They're afraid that they're going to get their cars towed away.
And I noticed
wow,
that
doing a drift, about 20-degree turn. Drifting. That is the new system that we haven't noticed. That he just turned his headlights off just a moment ago, and he kind of swerved.
Well, and
bit of
Dave,
change here. All of a sudden, the lights goes off, and maybe he's trying to think of a way to take off on foot. Maybe he's going to turn left.
The game plan you're sort of describing right now is
maybe he'll pick up
speed. If
needed,
you wait him out, because you're not seeing a lot of
right
patrol
rear
vehicles get up directly behind
bumper
him. Kind of letting
damage,
him go
a little bit
in
of
and around all
damage.
these alleys,
They're seeing momentum. A lot of patrol vehicles get corrected behind them. They are kind of letting him go through the alleys, make these turns, maintain speed, maintain a presence on making sure people knowing something is going on. So that's why we are seeing a lot of close calls. That would have been seeing on surface streets. If he hit the car, he would have injured somebody in an accident. Or that could get worse. It looks like they have tried something there. In that case,
come back at the officer.
He is
going
down.
Like he did for a bit. Yeah.
Maybe he's trying to back up. Now, due to that,
stopping and playing the images there, but it did look like he at least came to some sort of
technical
stop and got
difficulties
very
of
close to that
issues.
patrol car.
They're having a bit of technical difficulties with the images that look like he came to some sort of stopping too close to that car, and it looked like
I think, Dave,
he backed up into them. So numerous.
Visual, it also looked and sounds like it highlights your point of desperation, which is
He
you
has
keep backing up and reversing.
Return to
into patrol
reset our
cars, you
visual.
cause
Looks
even
like,
more damage
sounds
as we
like
kind of reset
it
here
highlights a point
and
of
establish it
desperation.
again.
Now, due to that, went on the wet road, spinning.
As opposed
You know,
to
the
any sort of
4x4
long-term gain,
off-road,
because now it
you
looks like
might see
there's
this.
I mean,
sort of a,
no, it's water.
As
I
they
thought for a second it
reset
might have
and
been
establish
smoke
begin, it's a short term.
You're just causing more
gain
damage
because
to your
now
own
it looks
vehicle,
like he's gonna
and
look for another
eventually
revenge
it
to
becomes
get.
undrivable.
It's going to be.
He's gonna try to get. He's gonna try to get revenge on those
Yeah.
police officers. Left,
Yeah.
front,
He's
and rear
just gonna,
tires seems to be okay. They seem to
And
be
we have no
intact.
idea how much,
And
how
pretty
much
soon
fuel
they're
he has in
gonna
that thing,
put
'cause
out
those
spike
things suck up
strips.
fuel pretty fast. But I mean, this is the worst type of vehicle as far as backing up into, because it's such a heavy duty type of pickup truck. It's not your normal one.
Wow.
This is one of those
I
heavy
can't
duty
believe
ones.
it.
So, as far as I can see right now from experience, they're just
Wow,
going
I
to stay
could
right on
tell
top of
they
it.
seem
They're
to be
not gonna let 'em
okay.
go.
That looks like a
As far as the
2002,
pit
2003,
maneuver, doesn't
2004,
look like they really
2005.
have an offer to do it. As far
I'm
as
sure that
spike
I'm gonna
strip,
look up the model, the
he's
maker
in and
model
out of
year of
traffic
that
so much,
Ford
and he's
F350.
making
Now
so
he's
many
slowing down
different
to turn
turns.
left and
And
right.
it looks like he's
Now
actually
he's on
leaving
East
the area
55th
that he was
Street,
in. Remember we were
going
talking about
across
how
the
he was sticking to
railroad
the
X
area?
crossing,
So it
train
looks like
crossing.
he's on
He's
the
turning left. He's leaving the
Morgan
area.
55th
He was in. That's what we were talking about, how
Avenue,
he was sticking to
Morgan.
the area, to the
So I
script.
believe that's the county
Like,
area now.
Okay.
now he's
So
trying to
yeah,
get
seeing him
revenge
kind of
on
get out
those
of the
police
pattern
cars.
that we've been
He's
seeing,
trying to
certainly
get
it has
revenge
become almost
on the
a pattern
officer.
here
Now the
of,
officer's going to try
where
to
he
get
was
away
going,
from
the
that.
turns he was
Now he's
making,
not part of the
the risks
situation.
he's been
I'm not
taking
sure
as he
why
blows
with
through,
this.
intersections and stop signs. But I mean, this is kind of one of those worst case scenarios.
Now who
of
is
if
making the right?
somebody's in the
He's
wrong
been
place at the
taking
wrong
as he
time,
blows through
happens
the
to be crossing
intersections
the
and stop
street,
signs,
steps right in
traffic
front of
lights.
his vehicle,
Especially at
or
night.
yeah,
In the
at
worst
night
case
as
of
well.
scenarios.
As again we watch him kind
They
of hold our breath
broadcast
as he goes
live
through another
on television
intersection,
about the
and
police
those,
chase.
patrol vehicles that are
The news
following so closely
helicopters,
behind
news
also have
helicopter
to be aware
reporters,
of all of those
helicopters,
risks. So there's
news,
a lot right
news
now
helicopter
that they're weighing
reporter
as they
pilots.
continue to just follow this guy,
As you know,
and maybe hope that
people
he,
suddenly
either
behind
gives up
behind
or,
have
makes a run
be
for
aware
it.
of all
And
these
Dave, I
risks
have a quick question
as
for
they
you too,
follow
as well, because
the.
I'm
This
curious in
happened
terms of
yesterday on
no
Saturday
frequent
night.
stops and
Yesterday,
goes here.
last
Is there any
night.
change or even thought of change in the
They
game plan
are
when he
curious
slows
in
down to
time.
such a degree
In terms
where
of
maybe you
as
could,
many frequent
I mean,
stops
does the pit maneuver
goes
even work when he's
there
fully stopped,
goes
or maybe
is
when he kind of
there
stops like
any
this? Does
change
anything change, or is it still like, all right, let's kind of wait and
of the
maintain and
change
see what happens
words
next?
down to a degree
Yeah,
that does the pit maneuver even work? Does anything change, or this is like see what's gonna happen if he backs up? That's another felony assault on a LAPD officer. Now,
yeah, here he comes. Here he
are
comes
you
again.
serious? Don't do it. Now it's around 30
yeah.
miles an hour.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
he's done that.
Ascot and East
So you
58th
say
Street,
he's trying to deploy
Southeast
the
LA.
airbags so that those responding
I don't wanna do too
officers can
much of
at
it.
least get them off their
Yeah.
tail for a minute.
They have
Yeah,
lost
that-
count. 6,
that's
7. Now
one
here's the
technique that they
parading.
try, but
There's
that's not gonna
parading.
happen
There's
here,
like
obviously,
parade
because
of
the black
car.
lights are gonna stay
There's
right
like
on top of him.
parade
It's
of
not gonna
cop
deploy the
cars.
bags.
Cop cars and the police cruisers
So
of the
this is
parade.
one
This
thing
is like a
that, they
massive
always prepared
destruction.
for.
Oh,
You
don't
know,
even think about
it's not
that.
gonna
Don't even
happen, but,
don't even try to go out there and
in these
cheer for that.
pursuits, like I said before, fast, slow.
Now this
going like
pursuit
this, I mean, they're
has
all
been going on
dangerous, but
for the better part of
this
about.
one
This
here
has
is
been
more
going on
towards
for
the
about 10 to
officers.
15 minutes.
It does appear
At
that
one
way,
point,
that he is just
he
not-
slowed
this
down
person is
just
not really concerned
a couple seconds
about
ago.
the safety
He was trying to speed
of
up and he was
anyone. I
leaving
mean,
the
even maybe
area,
their own,
tried to
but,
go into wet
right
roads,
now
turned
we're
to
seeing,
left,
of course, what
slowed
is
it
just a
down. They
bizarre-
tried to do a
I
pit
mean,
maneuver.
It's
This
crawling.
Yeah,
this
I
person
mean,
is not
moving,
concerned
but
about the
not
safety
by
of
much.
anyone.
They're not
Maybe
moving
their
very
own.
much space.
It's for their
What right
safety as
now,
well as
are they gonna just
for the
let this guy
officers as
kind
well.
of give up?
But
They're
now they
obviously
are
not gonna
seeing
wanna,
moving, but not by much.
And there you
This
go.
is.
Yeah.
Are they going to just let this guy give up?
Yeah, totally unpredictable.
Guy
And he
give
doesn't
and get
really know. I
up,
don't think
or are they
well,
gonna let this
obviously,
guy?
he has
They're
no
gonna
idea what
make
he's
that
gonna
guy
do.
get out of that
I mean,
truck.
usually we see
It's
some
tall.
type
It's
of,
unpredictable.
maneuver where they
This is
try
not
to
necessary.
stick to
This
the
is why.
street, they
This
get
has
on
got
the
to come to an
freeways.
end. This is
This
why
guy here
usually
just
they
sticking to
see
the
some
city
type
streets.
And no attempt really
of
to even
maneuver
jump out too,
where
'cause
they
normally
get
in
on
some
the
of these
freeways,
situations, right? Not yet. We
or
want to be
like
clear, it could
when
still
they
very
get on
much
the
happen,
freeways
but,
during
you
an
know,
hour-long
you try and find
shooting
these folks try to
pursuit
find like a back
where,
alley or a neighborhood, a
like
place
the
with a lot of
vehicles,
back
the minivan or
backyards
truck,
and
60
places where they
miles miles an hour
jumping in
on
and out of,
freeways,
and not even seeing that right
downtown,
now, which
country
goes
roads,
back and
everywhere.
speaks to the
You
highly
know,
unpredictable
alley,
nature of what
neighborhood,
we're
or
seeing right now.
backyards that
And
they
we don't
jump
know if he's
in
armed.
and
You know,
out of.
again, like,
We
wanna
are seeing
reiterate
that right
these
now.
officers kind of have
Takes
to
to the
be
highly
prepared for anything.
unpredictable
Yeah,
nature.
I mean, any
They
type
don't
of
know these
high-risk
arms
stop
of
with this is
these
gonna end up
officers.
being,
They are here to
yeah,
serve
that's one thing
and
you have to
protect
consider. You know, you're
because
going to be
they
prepared.
want to help people in the
I hate to repeat
community.
myself
They
over
want
and
to
over
help
again,
somebody
but
in the
you're
community.
always prepared for the worst.
Because
You're hoping
look,
it's
how
not.
many
You're hoping
cop
the guy will
cars?
give up. But this
They
guy here
they're
comes
hearing from
slamming
this
into black and
dispatch
whites.
that they will
Here we
set
go.
up
Oh,
spike
well,
strips.
okay. I think we're
Spike
going to be
strips.
trying to
They're
pick them
gonna
up.
do pit
there was an
maneuvers
attempt like
now because of that TFR.
Not quite. Not enough.
If they can climb up to about
Speed up in there to
35
get them.
feet
But yeah, they're going to try and
to
pit them
about
now.
Is that
2,500,
unusual to see them do that on a street
3,600
where you've
feet,
got other
that'll be
vehicles
great.
around?
Not quite, not enough
Doing it
speed.
on
They
as,
will try to hit him.
I mean, road, or is
They
that
will
something
try
they'll
to
do if
beat
they
that
really
truck,
feel like this guy is going
spin
to keep
out,
putting people
and
in
the
danger
force to be turned
the more they
around.
keep going?
Where the vehicle is that there's something
Yeah, that could
they
be it. I think
will
they felt that
use
there
force.
was enough room there
They
where
will
they
do
could go
if this
ahead and
guy is
spit 'em
putting
out
people
and
in
then
more
have the
danger.
other black and
That
whites
could be,
come up
and
behind
that
them
could
and
be at
lock them
the,
in.
and they
So
may
at
have
that point, they
enough
thought there
room.
was
They
enough
could go
time
ahead
and the
and
speed was just right. Everything was just
now
right. But,
behind
you know,
and lock them
now
in.
here's what happens is that
Now
this
he's
guy here is
speeding
up in
up
the
70 miles an hour.
Yeah, this is
You know
about
what?
as,
If
this is
you
about
are
as
speeding
fast
at
as
80
we've
miles an
seen
hour,
the suspect go.
I
Since
think
we
you better
broke
slow
in,
down.
more than
He's at about
I wanna say
70 to
about 20, 30
80
minutes ago or so.
like
It's just been
miles per
such
hour. How many
such an
miles
up
per
and
hour
down
they seen?
Yeah.
type
This
of pursuit.
suspect,
So
since
it
they
is
broke,
worth just sort of
they
catching
would
up a
say
little bit as we kind of
that
reset every
broadcast
5
had
to 10 minutes or
started
so that
20 to
this
30
is
minutes
in
ago.
Southeast LA as of
And it
right now.
started,
We
that
know that
pursuit
the
had
suspect is
started
wanted
20 to
for
25
assault
minutes
on an
ago.
officer and has
But every 5-10 minutes or so,
repeatedly used
this pursuit
pickup
started
truck
about
as a sort
this
of reverse
pursuit
battering
has
ram
started
into a
about
number
20
of
to 25
cruisers.
minutes
Once again, we
ago.
don't know
This
if
is why
the suspect is armed. We don't
that's
even know if it's
connected
just one
to
person in the
assault
vehicle or if it's
on
more.
a peace officer.
So we're going to
That's
gather more details for you.
connected to
But
the
obviously we'll
assault
continue to
suspect of
monitor the
these
situation. We
news
also have
of
Dave
that
Adler on the
where the
phone
news
with us as well.
helicopters
And,
are
you know,
broadcasting live on
it's
television. They
already been
trail every
dangerous even
route,
on low
but
speeds,
they
and
can
now it
shoot
just
a
heightens with how
distance
fast
just
this
right
person's
there
going now.
due to
Dave,
that
does it kind of feel
airspace,
like his
restricted
behavior has
airspace, or the
changed ever since
TFR,
they tried to
or
do that
they
maneuver
can,
to kind of get him,
because they're doing a
to
great
spin him
job
out?
of
Does it
being
feel like he got a little
professional.
more
So as the
aggressive,
police
especially with these
helicopters,
speeds?
they feel that his behavior is changed. Let's listen.
Yeah, I think he finally realized that they're not playing around
They were
now. They're not going to
driving
follow him
through
forever,
that
that they're
maneuver.
actually going to
They're
take some
trying to pit
action.
him out.
So all of
You
a
know,
sudden
I don't
his
even
adrenaline starts
get
pumping
this.
and he starts,
I get that they're going
he's
to
trying
follow
to,
him
get away from
forever.
them
They're going to follow
now.
him for like
Even though he just
3
went
to 4
on the
days.
street, so
Come on.
it always becomes
This
it always
got to
comes
come
down
to an
the risk
end.
versus reward on this
Police
thing. You know,
pursuit
you're
has
gonna
got to
risk
come to an end.
continuing to
Now
pursue
he's
it.
on
The
the
question
street,
is he a
and
threat to the
this
public? Yeah, absolutely he is.
thing, this
So
is
we're going to
most very
continue to
accurate
pursue,
on
we're going to
coming
continue to go
to
after
like
him. You know, the watch commander
any
is
car
watching this, and
damages when they do a pit
decide,
maneuver, when they
you know,
try
they'll
to
call
back
some
into
shots,
so many officers.
It
Now,
looks like his
tire is
son's coming out
smoking.
of the
The
back.
watch
Yeah,
commander,
the
they're in
smell,
tracking
yeah.
mode.
We're talking
Now,
about earlier,
look at this.
potentially,
The tire
you know,
is smoking.
hitting the rim.
Looks like something is
Yeah,
coming
I
up.
hope so,
The
because it
back,
looks like
we were
got some
talking
smoke out
about
there. I mean,
that
that'll
they were
help.
talking about it earlier. I was talking
Now,
about
be
it
better if it
earlier
was the
3
front
minutes
tires, 'cause
ago.
then it would mess
This
up his
pursuit has been going
maneuverability as
on
far as
for
controlling
about
that thing. But
20 minutes
you know, these
since
tires
the police
are big
started
tires,
this
so
chase.
yeah,
I'm going to say it again. This pursuit has been going
turning
on
that tire
for
right.
about
Hopefully
20 minutes
Yeah, we're seeing
since the police
the damage is more clear than
started
ever on
this
the,
chase.
right
These are
rear
big
there, and
tires.
that's probably
This
some
is
of the
like
repeated
how
attempts
many
at,
liter? I'm going to
at
look up the
ramming
year and
into,
model
police
of that
cruisers. There's also
Ford
been some stuff in
F350
the,
because I
in the
know
bed
lots of
of that
cars
pickup truck as
on
well.
the
It's kind of
road.
been moving around throughout the
Right
night,
rear,
but,
and that's repeated
it's just
attempts onto a police
note.
cruisers.
I'm
There
still
has
trying
been
to
some
see as
stuff
we
in
get
that
behind
bed
buildings
of the
here
pickup
for a
trucks
second,
as well.
if we
You
can
know,
make out
I'm
if
not
it's
sure
just the
why.
driver, if there's someone else is in the passenger seat.
Just I'm
I
trying to
can't
see
really
as we
tell.
get behind the building for a second and
know
go
it
around that
almost looks
TFR
like the window
since they made it
was-
around that
He drove
airspace
through,
restricted
again,
area.
for those just now
They
joining us, we
really
watched him
can't
just drive right
see.
over these railroad
Now he's
tracks,
going to
you
do
know,
a drifting.
and there he
Speaking of
goes.
maneuverability,
This is like
yeah.
Loses
God dang
You know what? I
Tokyo
think
drift.
that last-
He
that
just
last,
drove again. and
pit maneuver did some
over
damage
next to
the
that
left
railroad
rear,
track.
because if you notice, it's
Luckily,
not
they better
steady
he
anymore.
better be lucky there's no
If
trains
you
at
make
the
like
night.
that corner,
Last
there wasn't
pit
a
maneuver
high
did some
rate.
damage
I
to
mean, but
that
he just started to spin
left
out.
rear, right
So I
rear.
think
I'm
there is
told
some
that
damage to
is.
that left
It
rear,
was
which
not
is
any.
going to affect
It was not a high
his speed and his
rate,
maneuverability.
but he just
It would
tried to
also-
spin
Be
out.
able to get another pit maneuver
Two
It would also make a lot
right,
of sense because of all that
rear,
smoke we
and
just saw a
front
couple
tires.
minutes ago as he was
They
driving
think
straight away
they
there.
seem
That
to
was
be
the
okay
first
with the
turn, really, that we
maneuverability
saw
around.
attempted, and it just didn't go all
That
that
could
well.
get up
So,
to.
and on top of all
They
that,
saw
like
a
you said,
couple
Dave,
of
earlier,
minutes
this
ago.
This is a
The
vehicle
tires
that's
and the
already a little
rims
bit more
was
difficult to maneuver just
smoking.
because it's so heavy.
It was
So now
smoking.
with damage,
Pretty
it's gonna
bad.
make it even
It was
worse.
gonna catch
They're gonna go
fire.
for it.
Maybe
we
they're
go.
gonna do
I
a
think
pit
we're gonna
maneuver.
do it again,
He's done.
too.
He's he's on eastbound Washington Boulevard, Central City.
Yeah.
Now they're going to do a pit maneuver. He's going to try to speed up. He's at about 35 miles an hour, going to the railroad crossing. Not quite, and he looks like he's losing control of that truck. Maybe they're going to do it again. They're going to do it again. Here it goes. Here it goes. Let's see. When they try to bring this thing to an end, it's easy to fishtail. But there is, as we speak, so to speak, or as we speak, turning left onto the wrong side of the road, going around other traffic. Wow, this is how people are going to get hurt. They're going to get hit in an accident or killed. The pit maneuver might be a perfect time. One more chance. One more chance. We're going to see it. There it goes. There it goes.
Black and whites. There we go.
This is it. It's coming to an end. And that suspect is not going to go anywhere. Well, sorry, you're being boxed in, box truck. So there it goes. It ended. This is a textbook precision immobilization technique pit maneuver.
Guys and gals.
Fantastic.
So
now we'll wait and see what
that was great right now. It was meant to do. They're doing it right now. Excellent job. Thanks to those
I was trying
police
to
cruisers.
make out there to see if there was.
Now three times.
There's the suspect getting out of the driver's side and just
three
surrounded
times
on all
tonight.
fronts. I mean, like Dave, like you said, everything has
rammed
been
officers
executed.
backing up into them.
Fair to say to perfection. From
Three
that moment that
times or so. Three times already tonight, as of yesterday. So it is fair to say to the perfection. Absolutely. You know, that would have been a great thing. I want to let you listen there for a moment, okay? Bear with me.
And we can see he's appearing to talk to, he's got his hands at least out and moving around, almost like he's talking, but is he, you know, holding anything? Of course, that's what they're looking for, to see if there's something in his hand. But it appears.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it appears maybe not, but.
Yeah, walking out slowly now.
Right.
Well, let's see. It looks like it's making, like the person's making their way ever so slowly. The vantage point is a little covered right now just because of the front end of this building, but Sky Cow is slowly making its way around, so we'll be able to get a clear shot here. But yeah, listening, looks like two officers' commands. At least you would hope so.
Yeah.
People always ask me, Guy, why are you so confident? And I tell them because I shop for a used car with Carfax.
I mean, right now, of course, you hold your breath hoping that this just ends, you know, with this guy just giving up and not doing anything drastic.
Yeah, what they're telling him to do right now is turn around. They don't want him looking at them, because if he has a 9mm, you know, shoved it in the back of his pants, you know, he could reach for it. But, you know, we've all seen it, you know, throw the keys out, step out, put your hands up, turn around, back up towards us. And he's having a little hard time complying with that, because we still don't know if he has a weapon on him. It could be a danger. Okay, there we go. We'll just take him down now. Yeah. Outstanding. Great job.
Yeah, no shortage of officers in this situation either. I mean, and just in case, if you're tuning in at the very tail end of this, I mean, the response is essentially justified in the sense of what we were seeing at the beginning, where this vehicle, this driver in that pickup truck was on multiple occasions throwing it in reverse and ramming into the front end of these patrol cars, and then leading officers on a lengthy pursuit on all of these surface streets in Southeast LA. Now looks like it's ending here in Central City on Alameda Street and East 16th Street. But looks like officers are going through the vehicle right now to see if there's anything else left in there. But that suspect in custody right now. And it looks like we have a bow being put on this very crazy situation. Facing
a lot of felonies, as you mentioned, though, Dave. This is a guy that, you know, used his car repeatedly as a weapon against these officers, and is not going to be walking away with a very short rap list. That's for sure.
No, this was assault with a deadly weapon on a police officer utilizing a motor vehicle. I mean, can't get any worse than, you know, actually injuring the officers. So no, he's looking at. With this DA, this guy's looking at some time behind bars.
And on top of all this, too, almost miraculously, no significant damage, or really any damage from what we could tell during the course of the pursuit to anybody else. Wow, yeah. Right? To no residents, no people, pedestrians walking on the streets, no other vehicles that we could see on the roads, and that's quite something considering how erratic things were there for a while.
Yeah, you know, Gio and Hunter, you know, and I know people, because I hear it a lot, and that's, you know, Dave, why don't they stop them? Why didn't they do it? This is why, and you just called it right now. You know, it's about citizen officer safety. Looks like the officers are going to be okay, hopefully.
Yeah.
Citizens, we haven't seen anybody hurt or T-boned. So this is what it's all about. And it actually worked on this one.
And like you said, textbook pit maneuver there. We appreciate you, Dave, for joining us, giving us your insight. Of course, this was touch and go there for a minute, but we are glad to see that this, safely for the most part has been wrapped up. We really appreciate your time tonight.
Yeah, thank you.
No worries. Anytime, guys. You guys take care. Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you. Same to you.
Mm-hmm.
When we come back, there's one more police chase video that I'm gonna show it to you. Don't go anywhere.
It looks like
Stay
your
tuned. That's
SRS
coming
airbag
up.
light is on. It's best
We'll
to
be
get that
back.
checked out by a mechanic as soon as possible to make sure your airbags will work.
Now, the smoking LAPD car made a textbook pit maneuver on a driver who was wanted for assault on a police officer. News Chopper 4 capturing the moment around 9:45 tonight. This is just south of the 10 on East 16th and Alameda in downtown LA. We saw the driver back up his truck into police cars multiple times and sidewind through back streets going north through South LA. The driver was taken into custody. No one was hurt.
All right, welcome back. So as you can see, the chase had ended just
come around here.
2 or 3 minutes ago, just a few minutes ago. This is where I'm seeing lots of police cruisers.
The driver door is opening, is what we're
next
hearing.
to that building. They did a pit maneuver. That is being closed off for a short, some time. This is due to that. Then the suspect, just as you can see, as I listed in, the suspect was non-compliant. The suspect was non-cooperative. He's having a hard time because he was afraid of running from the police. And our news helicopters, police helicopters, kept track. They kept up. They made it around the LAX's airspace. As you can see, as the suspect, as you can see, the suspect would have got. The suspect could have got on the freeway. He would have been on the freeway for a short period of time. And I know he was close to getting on the freeway. And I'm told. And I'm told now he's gonna have.
But at this point,
He better cooperate because he has his hands on top of his head. All you gotta do is lay down, follow the officer's instructions. Now, and if you're getting off the freeway, move along. Move along.
A little bit more clearly as we get a little bit closer.
They're gonna come closer. They're gonna come around.
Now walking toward the officers, and they're gonna rush him here to take him into custody.
Oh, they have weapons drawn.
Down on the ground.
They're not playing around. They're not messing around. This is not funny at this point. Now they're gonna come and search and clear everything to make sure that no one's inside that car. Nobody's inside that car.
That is a no. So
we're told now by our
custody again, an assault with a deadly weapon suspect. We saw him try
So
to
this is the breaking news. The police officers swarming in. This is why they were picking up the pursuit. They pick up the pursuit about 9:45 p.m. that evening. 35 minutes ago. So as you can see, thanks for watching. Check out that video. Pops up here. See you in the video tomorrow. Hope you have a great Thanksgiving. And have a great night. Have a great Thanksgiving, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving. Have a great holiday. So happy holidays, everyone. See you later. And see you tomorrow. Goodbye. Bye-bye, everybody. Check out that video. Pops up here. Have a great night, everybody. And check out that police pursuit videos and the car commercials pop up here as well. So, thanks for tuning in. See ya, buddy. See you, everybody. And subscribe to my YouTube channel that has 13 subscribers on it. So, please subscribe. Comment down below. Thank you guys for liking one of my comments. Comment down below about the carjacking police pursuit that happened almost 3 months ago. Not 3 months ago. Almost 2 months ago. It was over a month ago still. So have a great night. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye. And take care as well.